Hi everyone. Hi. All right. Yes, Emily. It is a little late starting. Um, I literally just got off the train from Sydney. I missed the tram to where I was intending to start from, and so I'm starting from a slightly different spot. And so here we are. Hi Laurie. Hi Emily. Welcome in Melbourne. And please let me know if you can hear me. I have a different microphone set up today, and I was madly scrambling to get all my little... What am I listening to? What on earth am I listening to? What on earth am I listening to? Oh my goodness. Hold on just a second. I've got something weird coming through my headphones. Give me 2 seconds. I might have to just stop this briefly and come back. 1 second. We're back. Hi. I was getting weird music coming from somewhere, and I don't know where it was coming from. So I had to kind of quickly shut down and come back. We're in Melbourne. It's a little bit breezy. So can you hear me? Please let me know if you can hear me. Yes. Hi, Laurie. I'm back. All right. So no, it's back. Hang on a second. I don't know what this is. It's called. It says, "Hi, this is Tune In," and I'm hearing Spanish music. I wish you could hear what I'm hearing. Can you hear that? I'm hearing the rivers of Babylon coming through my headphones, and I don't know where it's coming from. Tapped into someone's radio, but how? I've turned everything off. I don't know how to get rid of it. This is really disconcerting. All right, maybe I should disconnect my headphones. Do you think that would help? And I'll just go without the headphones. Yeah, hear that? This is stupid. All right, I'm going to disconnect the headphones. We're going to manage without it. There's going to be a little bit of wind noise, and we'll just muddle on through. Tell me if that's better. Ghosts, Melbourne ghosts. Yeah, I do, Emily. I reached out to him. I said I'm going to be down here. You want to catch up? I heard nothing back. So, all right. So it's windy, and this is the first thing I'm looking at. Is this interesting sculpture? We're at a place called the Victoria Harbour Docklands, and I don't know what this is. So I'm hoping that we can find some interpretations here somewhere. All right. It says, "What are we made of?" This place, this moment, you say, we are made of the air exhaled by the returning birds, of every wind-twisted leaf that fell on this ground, ever of the echoes. You say we are made of the shadows sucked up like time by the waters under our feet, of the ever-lessening distance between the earth and the sky. Don't forget the history, how it flows from body, from threshold to threshold. Don't forget the memory. It's alchemy, it's siren song. Don't forget the future. Love of precise gestures. There we go. That's what this is. Nice to be back in the city. Hi, Lethargy. All right, so who did I miss? I just want to make sure I've got everybody. I saw that Emily's here. Hi, Anne, Emily, Laurie, Lethargy. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Melbourne. And this is the sculpture here at Victoria Harbour Docklands. And it's really interesting. It's got so much detail. I'm not even sure where to begin or how how to look at it even, but let's see what we can find. There's things like spider webs, of course. It looks like there's people up there with ravens on their heads or something. Really cool. There's lighting effects, obviously, so it gets lit up at night. And then in the background here we've got this interesting building forming a backdrop for it. Is Melbourne in lockdown? No, I think, Richard, it's just Sunday morning. There's a bunch of police over here in the park. I'm not sure what they're up to. This is called the Dock. When do you leave for Singapore? Lethargy, we leave. What day is it today? Looks like they're arresting somebody, so I better look the other way. We leave in 3 days' time. 3 days from now. No one there. No, this is called the Docklands, and I literally hopped on a tram because the one I was planning to get was I just missed it, and the next one was going to be 15 minutes. That was going to take me out to the bay, so I decided to come out to Docklands instead. And so this is a part of Melbourne I know nothing about, absolutely zero. So I thought we'd head out here and have a look and see what's here. How long will you be in Melbourne? Laurie, just today. I come down here to catch up with Susanna. So we're going to meet at South Melbourne markets. We've exchanged phone numbers. I apologise for the wind. I know it's going to be a bit of crackle across the microphone at the moment. For anyone who missed the reason, I was getting weird radio coming through my headphones, so I had to unplug. So I'm catching up with Susanna at South Melbourne Market. We've exchanged phone numbers, and we'll potter around the markets and have lunch together. So this is really cool. Some interesting architecture, stuff that I've never seen before. And over there's some kind of Ferris wheel over there. I can see, what have we got, a 8-person crew on that. Alright, is that a canoe or a kayak? Or do you just call it a sculling 8 or something? That's an interesting looking building. I need a Melbourne person here to tell me what all this is, don't I? Then over here we've got something called the Marvel Stadium. That's where the train sort of came in, just behind that. So I arrived at Southern Cross Station. It was just behind that stadium over there. Melbourne's very quiet on a Sunday morning, isn't it? And this is interesting. I'm not sure what this is all about, but it's sort of like a floating garden in the middle of the bay here. I don't know if it serves a purpose. All right, so I've seen that there were about 6 people. There's a few more in the numbers. Give me a shout out. Give me a wave and a hi. Let me know who's here. This is the community boating hub. So we've got boats coming out of this garage here. They're being wheeled out for some early morning rowing. Hi Lynn, good morning. Lovely to see you. And then, what do we have over here? Are these commercial fishing boats maybe? I'm not sure. Let's go and have a look. That's all right.
Sorry.
You're all right.
Some quality video.
So all sorts of boating craft. That person's on a little thing with like an outrigger attached to it on the side over there. Hi Joanne. What time is it? Laurie, it is just gone 8 a.m. So my train arrived at 7:30. First thing I did was go to the information counter and find out about ticketing and trams and all that sort of good stuff. So I've got a map of the free tram zone, and I know where I can go where it doesn't cost me any money. And if I want to go any further afield, I've got my Mickey ticket, which is the card that you use to tap on and off the Melbourne train system. Overnight train, yes, Laurie, it was. So I boarded the train near my brother-in-law's place in Campbelltown in the southwest of Sydney last night at 9:20. It was seating, it wasn't a sleeper. So it was comfortable seating, but I don't sleep very well in those sort of situations. We arrived at 7:30 this morning. And I chose to do that because getting from Sydney to Melbourne, most people choose to fly. But getting into the airport from where we are would have been well over an hour, would have added significantly to the cost because Sydney Airport, the train station there is private, so you pay a fee to use that particular train station. And then you've got to be there an hour before your flight, and then there's another big long bus journey with costs associated to get from Melbourne Airport into Melbourne City itself. So I decided that it was far easier just to get from train to train, station to station. Again, the wind's picking up a little. Let me just try and turn my back to it. So this part of the city looks quite pretty. Cities always look pretty when they're up against water, don't they? You remember that bus trip from Melbourne Airport? I haven't actually done it. The only time I ever went to Melbourne was for a business thing, and luckily I was provided with taxi vouchers. But that was a long trip. One great thing about Sydney Airport is how close it is to the city. It's really accessible. So there's the Melbourne skyline from this point of view. It's a pleasant enough city. First impression. There's a chance that it might rain today, so the clouds are looking like they could build up. Hi Charity, nice to see you. Bit better now. Great. And how's the signal? Is the signal okay? Everyone's hearing and seeing me okay? Alright, so I'm going to walk along the waterfront. We'll head around the other side over there. As I said, this is literally just a little first impression. Getting off the train and having a little look at this corner of the city. Now, I used a tram number 48 to get to here. There was only 3 stops from Southern Cross Station to Victoria Harbour. So lots of people using this area for boating. Good signal, excellent, beautiful. Let's go and have a look over here. Yeah, so Susanna and I are going to have spend a couple of hours together. We'll have some lunch. I'll see if she's willing to get on camera for us, and if we manage to do that, I might just go. I haven't quite decided. I don't know whether I'll go live, unannounced, so unscheduled, or whether we'll do it as a recording. We'll play it by ear and see what Susanna feels like doing. She might not want to get in front of the camera at all. We'll just see how it goes. I hear it's a lovely market, fresh produce, and food items, specialty food items apparently at this market. So I'm looking forward to seeing that as well. Alright, so we've got this. Gee, it's quiet. Richard, you're absolutely right. It's really quiet. Nothing like Darling Harbour. People everywhere at this time of day, anywhere in Sydney. Maybe Melbourne people are just late night partiers. Do you think that's possible? Or have I chosen a very, very quiet corner of the city to come and have a look at? So we've got a big library here, library at the dock. I don't know what that bridge is. Is that, I don't even want to guess, is that what the one they call Westgate Bridge? Or is that something else? Maybe, I don't know. I know nothing about Melbourne. Nothing at all. Paint me ignorant. You think on a nice morning like this, people would be scrambling to use their nice boats, wouldn't you? They're all sitting here very quiet, not doing anything. Excellent art museum. Oh, where's that, Laurie? Is that something I should be able to see from here, or are you just letting me know that there is one? There seemed to be some sort of elevated walkway between the buildings up there. I like the kind of purple glass on some of these buildings. Oh, that Melbourne has one. Yeah, I won't have time to look for that today. I don't think. I was going to try and hunt down the largest mural in the Southern Hemisphere, which is in Collingwood. See if I can get to that. I understand it's not easy to photograph because of the way that it's located. But I'll see if I can find out more about it. I know Susanna's tried to get there before. Oh, that's a nice reflection. Let's zoom in on that. It's quite pretty with the purple building, isn't it? And the wind's just picked up slightly as well. So, as I understand it, Melbourne City Council is trying to encourage the use of the First Nations name for Melbourne, which is, I understand that's Naam. I don't know how well that's being picked up and adopted by people in general. Joanna asked, how long is the flight to Singapore? And Emily says the art gallery is by the Botanic Gardens. That's an interesting building over there too. So the flight to Singapore, Joanne, is 8.5 hours. We will board, not sure what this is, beware of people casting. Oh, this is about fishing. We will board at 2 p.m. on Tuesday afternoon, and we arrive in Singapore time, local time, at 7:30 on Tuesday night. But it's an 8.5 hour flight. So when we get there, I've organised this so badly. We're not going to want to spend any time in the airport, in that amazing airport with the amazing waterfall and all of that goes with it, and everything that we've seen from all those other Singapore guides. We're just not going to want to do anything, I don't think, when we arrive. We're going to want to be thinking about food and getting to our accommodation. No, the time difference won't be punishing in terms of, adjusting to time zones. That'll be fine. And then when we fly out again 4 days later, it's like 9 o'clock in the morning. So I don't think we're going to get a chance to have a look at Singapore Airport that day either. So I organised that really badly. But you choose the flights that are available that suit everything else that you're trying to work out when you organise these things. All right, so I've just come across a little group of people that are fishing over here, and a really interesting, this looks like a sculpture to me. Let's go and have a look. They're like piers that have been capped with metal caps. Joanne says, I hope you're not taking too much. I've already learnt I have too much. I have to offload some stuff. Oh my God, Joanne, I have the opposite problem. We are limiting ourselves to carry-on only. So I've been weighing my bags repeatedly, trying to figure out what I can turf out so I can stay under the weight limit. This looks very cool. Look at this. So we have a few people here fishing, and then we've got all these really cool, I'll see what I can find out about it. And then we've got, looks like river cruises. These boats over here. Little purple one, the little red one says Yarra River Cruises. Up next to that ferry. Yeah, I don't have a problem with space in my case. I've got enough space. It's the weight that's the issue. I could never go carry on only for a trip like that. Good for you. Well, you know, Rich has been reading a lot of Jack Reacher books by the author Lee Child. He's right into them. He loves them, and he wants to adopt the Jack Reacher philosophy, which is apparently you carry a toothbrush. That's all you take with you. I've got to find a way down from here. It's too big a step for me to negotiate, so I've got to go around. So apparently Jack Reacher travels with a toothbrush and just disposes of things because he doesn't want to carry it when he travels. I don't think we'll go quite to that extent. My laptop's heavy. That's causing me a bit of an issue. And let's go down and have a look at these ferries. So, and I'm limiting myself to like 2 t-shirts and 2 pair of trousers and 1 spare pair of shoes. I've got sandals and walking shoes. Oh, hi Storm. Hi from Greenfield, Massachusetts, USA. Storm, welcome. And Laurie says, take the things you can't replace easily there. Comfy shoes, comfy pants. Exactly. I can always buy a shirt. I've taken out my hoodie. If I get cold, I can buy one over there, because we're going to be like 10 weeks in Malaysia. So if I can buy something cheap, if it gets cold, which it won't. In Malaysia, it's not going to get cold in the places we're going. I mean, I don't anticipate feeling a need for an extra warm layer until we get to somewhere like the north of Vietnam or the north of Thailand. So we're going to, really be ruthless and try and restrict what we carry as much as possible. I'm limiting myself to sort of light cotton, flowy, airy blouses, and I've got a couple of those. So this building's quite interesting as well, with the contrast colour panels. This is the Victoria Star. I'm not sure if these are all just cruises or whether it's a functioning ferry. And then we've got this little purple thing, which is, what's it called? Oh, it's got a website name. Oh, Party Boat, okay. www.melbournepartyboats.net.au. And Charity says, if you're in the US or Canada, Joanne, it takes 19 hours. Oh, from the old Hago days. I think I remember you, Storm. I'm fairly sure I remember. Yeah, so that's used for events, for parties out on the river. And there's the Marvel Stadium. I'm sure Richard probably knows what that stadium is or what it's used for. I don't. And then that's one of our local TV stations over there, 7 Melbourne. Am I going to the UK? We hadn't planned to, but we may need to. So the tricky thing is, with the Schengen visa, for those who don't know, since the EU formed into what's known as the Schengen zone, and Schengen apparently is named after a town in Belgium where this agreement was reached, where the countries, well, not all, but most of the countries of the EU all got together and formed what was called the Schengen zone. So you only need to enter the zone once on one visa arrangement. You don't actually need an official visa, but your passport gets stamped on entry and then you're allowed 90 days into the entire zone. Richard has a German passport, so he's fine. He can stay as long as he likes. But I'm limited to 90 days. In the good old days before the Schengen zone existed, we could go to, one country for 30 days, another country for another 30 days. You could, hop around Europe and spend a couple of years there. But now I'm restricted to 90 days. Now, as the spouse of a EU citizen, we were told by the German embassy or German consulate here in Sydney, well, not here in Sydney, up in Sydney. I'm in Melbourne at the moment. Here in Australia, that what we could do is leave the Schengen zone, and she gave the example of go to lunch in London, come back and re-enter and get another 90 days. Well, I'm hearing conflicting information on that theory, so we actually don't know what I'm going to be able to do when we get there. So, in a nutshell, no, I hadn't planned to go to the UK. I might need to for that sort of scenario if I want to stay longer in the UK. But we don't even know if that is a possibility or if that's total nonsense. So, it's all a bit of a wait and see game. We've got funny little floating things down here. What's on those? They're like mini landscapes. So you'll have to go visit Leonie, Sam, Ian. Yeah, well, we'll have to see what happens, won't we, Emily? I'm having to change plans because of Schengen countries being added. Okay, so is this... yeah, of course, you're a UK citizen, aren't you, Joanne? So whereas previously you might have had 90 days plus another country, now that country's included in your 90 days. Is that what you mean? Yeah, it makes things tricky, doesn't it? Funny little floating things. How was Christmas in Poland too, by the way, Joanne? Was there some really interesting and different experiences while you were there? I remember having Christmas in Czechoslovakia, when it was still Czechoslovakia, before it became the Czech Republic and Slovakia. And that was really interesting. Really enjoyed it. Romania and Bulgaria being added. Ah, that's true, yes. They were two of the countries that I was looking at, as in possibly exiting the Schengen zone. I think Cyprus is still possible. And I was speaking to one of our fellow, one of our community, Deborah, who lives in Sydney. I caught up with her a couple of weeks ago, and she's married to a Greek Cypriot, and they visited Cyprus recently and said it was amazing. Lovely. I'm still here in Krakow. It's snowing tonight. Beautiful. So I wonder what this is over here. It's got all sorts of like film posters. Do you see that? I can see... I can't actually read it. I can read strike. That's about all I can read. Looks like some kind of converted warehouse or something, perhaps. I wonder if there's a film industry located in there. I'm now going to Bulgaria, then going to Albania instead. What's the political climate in Albania at the moment? For some reason, I'm always under the impression that it's not one of the safest countries to travel to. Is that still the case, or have things changed there? Gosh, it's quiet here. Where is everybody? So, Lynn, do you actually live somewhere or just wander the globe? Oh, Linda, that's a fair question. Up until February of this year, we owned a house in the Blue Mountains. We sold that. And when we did, we used the money from selling that house to build a granny flat in my daughter's backyard in Newcastle. That took a lot longer than we had hoped it would, and while that was happening, we took on this house sitting thing, which just worked out beautifully. The timing of everything just worked out so well for us for this year. Everything fell into place and allowed us to kind of regroup financially and get ready and plan for the year ahead. Our plan B is to come back and live in that granny flat in about a year's time. But in the meantime, we're going to do what we probably won't ever get a chance to do ever again. So we're grasping the moment, and we're grasping it with both hands. And I really want to take all you guys along for the ride. So, if I had the opportunity, why not share it? Melbourne Showboat. Look at that one over there. A granny flat, love it, sounds like a marvellous life. Joanne says, I've been to Albania, it's lovely, safe, and it's a beautifully interesting place to visit. Fantastic, thank you, Joanne. That is a place I've never considered going to. It's really, really good to know this, because, do you know what, I was watching a YouTube video. We've been following this young couple, younger and fitter and more capable of things than we are. But they've been, they refer to themselves as digital nomads. They've been travelling for 2 years and YouTubing their life on the road. They started in Bali and then went out through Thailand and Vietnam and through Sri Lanka. Spent some time in Mexico. And one of the things that they said is, don't be afraid to go to places that you've heard bad things about politically, because for one thing, the media only sells stories by making things interesting. So they will, sensationalise stories. And if that message gets repeated enough, a place can get a reputation for being more than it is. And it isn't necessarily the case. It's beautiful. The mountain scenery is stunning. When will we be in Europe? Laurie, we have a ticket booked to fly from Ho Chi Minh City to Frankfurt on August 10th. So our 90 days, or my 90 days, starts ticking down from there. And the only way that I can delay my exit date is to actually leave the Schengen zone for a period. So if, for example, I decide to go to Morocco for a couple of weeks, that'll delay my ultimate exit date from the Schengen zone by 2 weeks. This looks like a cow. It's a very odd-looking cow. Well, that's something I've never seen before. And there's a blue path leading to that cow. Go see Dubai. Do you know what, if it's on the way to somewhere, if I can manage it as a stopover on the way to somewhere, I would definitely like to take a couple of, a day or two and check it out. I've seen some amazing images from Dubai. A friend of mine spent about 3 or 4 days there recently. Oh, she takes way too many photos. See, that almost looks like a steamship or a cruise ship or something with the way those funnels are out on the top, doesn't it? Now, is that meant to be a Christmas tree? I think it might be. Made out of what? Fishing baskets or something. Meet up with Ashfaq. He started tours again. I want to try and meet up with any of the local guys that I possibly can wherever I go. I had to do the leave and renter multiple times in Australia. Lynn says, I think Susanna has showed us this cow in Hago days. Oh, has she? See, I didn't always manage to get to every one of Susanna's tours, but that is very likely. I'm wondering if it was around here that Susanna did the drone show. Was it somewhere around here? Excuse me, I'm going to cough. I'm getting over 3 or 4 days of some kind of respiratory infection. I don't want to say the C word because I'm not sure if that's what it was. And there we go. It's an old Christmas tree that hasn't been put away yet. There used to be oo-oos here when Alex took us around. Yeah, that was a temporary exhibition, Linda. I remember that as well. I think that was when I first became aware of Hago. Was when Alex was doing oo-oos. And I just missed out, about a year ago now, on doing a whale tail. Similar sort of thing around Sydney. Because despite my best efforts of trying to stay on top of events, sometimes you always miss something, and I just didn't manage to catch that one. Alex showed us the cow. Okay. Well, here it is again, guys. Black and white Melbourne cow stuck in a tree. Cubic. Is it a cubist? Cubic cow. Doesn't look like a cow from that angle, does it? And if anyone's seeing Alex later, say hi to him for me. As I said, I did. The drone show was here. Yeah, that's what I thought. Thanks, Catherine. I thought it looked very familiar. Say hi to Alex if anyone's seeing him later today. As I said, I did try to reach out to him and see if he was interested in catching up while I'm here, but I didn't get a reply. I know that he's very busy working on his new ventures, so it's not always possible to catch up with everyone that you want to. Port Phillip ferries. It's nice around here, isn't it? I bet you it's buzzing at night time. There goes the tram. An advertisement for Subway, that one was. And then what have we got here? Let's go and see what these posters are. I mean, it may be nothing at all. It might just be advertising. I'm not sure till we get over there. Hi, Inga. Lovely to see you. Love the whale tails. Oh, we can't get in there. It's locked. It's closed. All right. There's some. Is that one of the oo-oos? Is that what? That's kind of what they used to look like, isn't it? We've got some hoarding art along here. There's a map of Melbourne, or part of it, over there, and then we've got, this is a grevillea flower, and I'm not sure what the messages are that have been painted over it. Beautiful grevillea. Hi Tish, nice to see you. Oh, here we go. It's a beautiful portrait here. I was going to say it's a matte adnate, but it kind of doesn't look like it. It looks a little bit rough. his painting style is very precise. So I'm not sure if that's his or not. But I'm hoping to see one or two Matt Adnate murals today during my travels. And hopefully one or two Gillian Mark sculptures as well as I wander around. Inga says, "Hey Natalie." Oh, you're speaking in Dutch again, Inga. Het is echt druk. Oh, hold on. Met tours vandaag. I don't know what that says. Spoken like you. Okay, thank you. Thanks, GW. Hi, Natalie. I almost missed you coming on. Hi, Ronnie Lynn. All these names, I haven't seen some of you people for a long time. And what does this say? It says the ROAD Road belongs. Oh, okay. This is quite a long message, guys. No way of getting it all in one frame. Belongs to all of us. I wonder if I can get all of us in. There's no traffic coming at the moment. I might be able to get that much of it in. There we go. All of us. Like old Hago days. It is. All these familiar faces. Sorry about the wind again. It was really odd. For those who joined late, I had my microphone plugged in so that we can muffle the wind. And I was getting some random radio into my headphones. I don't know where it was coming from. And I just had to unplug it. So I don't know what was going on here. And here's a couple of magpies. A pig. Where was the pig? Oh, there. All right, we'll go back and have a look at the pig. And if I missed they're wearing unicorn helmets too. If I missed the artist's name on that one, that's Caffeine. At the top it says. We've got some beautiful magpies over here. Just let this person get past me. There we go. Done 8 steps today according to my phone, but I've been to Paris, Delft, France and Australia. Yeah. Isn't that the amazing thing about this kind of experience, Linda? And this is quite a nice side of the harbour, look. So all this beautiful architecture over here. And we get to revisit places that we've seen before. That's great as well. I like the purple over here, look, the way the buildings all match each other. Very picturesque. Wind picking up again, so I'm going to try and get myself into a position that's a little bit more sheltered after I cough. Excuse me. Okay, there's one shot looking along these really interesting lines of white-capped piers up towards the beautiful purple buildings. So what I think I'll do is I'll head in the direction of a tram stop that's going to take me... I'm not sure where I'm going to go now. Any suggestions? Any suggestions from the room as to where I should head? It is beautiful, isn't it, Tish? I'm tossing up going out to St Kilda. I can catch a tram out to St Kilda. I could head over to Collingwood and look for that giant mural. I might do that, get that out of the way, give myself time to do something else this afternoon. Keep an eye on the YouTube channel if you're around. If provided my battery's still strong and have an opportunity to recharge during the day, I may just decide to go live from here or there as I travel around the city. So yeah, I just got my first low battery warning. So I think what I'll do is I'll finish up around here. There's the Channel 7 studio, television studio. I'll finish up around here, go find myself a good cafe that's got a nice charging point and get my phone charged. And that's an interesting building. I'm just trying to figure out where this car's going. I can cross. Okay, good. Interesting building over there. And then I can hopefully go live again later on today. The art gallery, was it, Laurie? I'll have a look for it. I'll have a look and see if it's practical for me to do that. But on a Sunday, as you say, it's probably not open till about 10. I'm going to try and meet up with Susanna, or be at the South Melbourne market in any case, by 11. She said she's going to get there sometime around 11:30, 12. So I'll try and fit things in where I can throughout the day. Okay, Art Gallery Victoria. Yeah, great. Thanks for that, Laurie. Please say hi to Susanna from us. I absolutely will, Lynn. And as I said, if she's happy to get in front of the camera with me, we might put something together. If not, I will absolutely pass on your collective greetings to her. All right. So this is the first experience of Melbourne. It's actually been very lovely. I always love places that aren't too crowded. Going to see the beginning now. Oh, you're going to go back and see the beginning? Yeah, absolutely. I hope you enjoy it, Natalie. And Linda says, Laurie, my thought is it's like bringing an umbrella when there's a chance of rain. I missed what that's in response to, but that's okay. No problem. Bathroom break for voyagers. There was a chance of rain today, and my backpack is just too heavy with other things. I brought a book. I brought a water bottle. Yeah, look, this is what I'm carrying today. I've got a jacket in there which served as a pillow while I was on the train, and it's incredibly heavy, but it's good practice so that I know what I can deal with, what I can manage for the year ahead. So yeah, okay, let's finish this up. I'll go find a cafe that's got somewhere I can charge my phone, and let's hopefully see you again later on in the day. All right, bye for now, everybody. Don't forget, if you're not already doing it, subscribe to the channel and hit the notifications button, and do all that usual that we implore you to do always. I think I'm at 399 subscribers. So hint, hint. Bye for now, guys.